welcome back to a very long, once again awaited episode of Natural Fibres. This, if you forgot, is a podcast where we talk about crafty news, everything about knitting, crochet, weaving, basically any needle craft of any kind, anything fiber related.
Bead embroidery.
Bead embroidery. Whatever you can think of that involves yarn or string or something along those lines, we will talk about it. And we are filming once again at Koigu. And I am Merike.
And I'm Kersti.
And yeah, today we're going to do a bit of pre-holiday chat. We're going to talk about what we've been making already for Christmas, if you've started anything, what you're planning on making, and a little bit of a catch-up since our last episode, which we just released, was filmed back in July. So we're now in November. So we have many months of things. And
we will hopefully be coming back to a little bit more of a regular...
programming. Yeah. Because, we were at a pretty good every 2 weeks fair for a while. And, summer and fall got crazy. So, we're going to try and get back to normal. So... I have a few pieces of crafty world news, if I can share.
Yeah, you can share your crafty world news.
Okay. So, did you see the stupid Prada safety pin?
Yes.
So this I have seen, and I posted about it. If you follow the Koigu Instagram or me on Instagram, I posted a remake of it. But if anyone hasn't seen this, it is a safety pin that Prada made. It is not gold. It is brass. I googled it. I was like, if it's like 24 karat gold, I'd be like, alright, fine. But it's a brass safety pin, around normal size, it's not even big, with like 8 stitches of single crochet on it in cotton, and it's $775. And it's real, like it's at Neiman Marcus, it's like you can buy it. And I thought it was a joke, but it's real. Anyway, so I recreated it. It took me about like 3 minutes. Mine is definitely uglier than theirs, but in 3 minutes I came up with something comparable.
What I loved about your post about this, and go find it on Little C if you haven't seen it yet, is your only comment was, I'm impressed at how well they hid their ends.
Yes, because if you now Google it, if you haven't seen it already, if you Google the Prada safety pin brooch, the only part that's really amazing about it is where the hell are the ends? Like, the single crochet, if anyone here listening crochets, where on earth do you hide an end on 8 single crochets? I don't know. They must have, I don't know what they did. They must have adhesived it somehow.
They must have cut it in, you know how if you, flame?
Yeah. What is it called? When, you melt it. But you can't do that with cotton, can you? You can only do that with plastic.
That's a good point.
I don't know. If anyone knows how to hide your ends
magically. You can keep it from running, I think, if you light it. It won't run.
I don't know. But
anyways, yeah.
That was the most impressive part. But I was like, is hiding your ends worth $775? No. But I did see some interesting comments about it, though, that were like, it is cool to see you crochet in such a high-end product. But can't we do better than that? It seems a bit lame to me. I don't know.
Yeah, again, it's hard to say this, but it's nice that it wasn't a granny square. No shade to granny squares, but
that
usually
seems
that's
to be
what
the
you
main,
see.
Yeah.
But it's not even enough to be a square, because it's just...
literally 8 single crochets. I was like, what is going on here? It kind of reminds me of, have you seen that stupid trend in the last few years? And I guess it's kind of going back to the 90s grunge thing, where it's knitwear that has purposeful rips on it.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And then it's a $1,000 sweater.
Yeah, that's very much not my vibe. Style to begin with.
No, but the whole cheap high fashion, broken, weird, high fashion thing, I don't get it.
Well, because it's also kind of taking away from, the idea that, if say you're thrifting and you see a beautiful sweater and you're like, oh my god, someone worked really hard on this, and you buy it, and then you take it home and you see that there's, a hole in it. You're going to mend that hole. Yeah. You're not going to leave the hole and be like, well, now I'm fashionable. Yeah. That's what I don't really... But again, that's not my style, and I've never understood it.
Well, it's high fashion almost taking away the power of poor people. Do you know what I mean? Safety pins are
And with that, we'll be right back.
Well, we just had a sheep inside, so we had to pause for a second. We'll put a clip of Nigel and the sheep. I don't. Hey. I don't. Oh my god. So we had to take a moment.
We had to take a pause.
Yes. Do you have any crafting news, or I have more if you don't?
I don't really have any crafting news. I have crafting updates, but not crafting news.
Well, I can be the newscaster for craft news.
A banner come across the front.
Yes, craft breaking news. Did you also see the last week or two how the sailor slippers have taken over Instagram? They're the felted slippers that are stripy. So they're by, I think her Instagram is Annie Sews, but I'll link it. But I'll put a picture of these felted slippers. They're like 2 or 3 colors. You stripe them. They're like huge when you knit them, as felting happens. And then you felt them down, and they are like really cute stripy slippers. It was so popular that the yarn that the pattern is made with was sold out everywhere. So anyway, the sailor slippers have just taken the Instagram by storm. So if you want to make them, you're probably not going to get to make them with the actual yarn. But yeah, they're really cute.
I wonder if we can make them.
We definitely could make them. Some of our non-superwash yarn would have to work.
Maybe Cheers would work.
Yeah.
You got it really hot.
Yeah. Because, it has to be non-superwash. I think it was a little bit bulkier, but I'm sure we could figure it out. Yeah, anyway, they're super cute. And she came out with the toddler pattern now. Oh. Super cute.
Start with that.
And, other thing was there's a show in Finland that happened last week. Did you see it? It was called Suomen
I saw that one.
Wait. I screenshot it because I couldn't remember how to... It's called Suomen Käden Taidot.
I saw that one.
But I really want to go.
There's that one, and then there's one in Norway I really want to go to.
Yeah.
And there was a show in London at Ali Palace. Ali Pally. In mid-October that looked so fun. We should find a time where we can go there and gotta find enough shows that are within 2 weeks or something and do a little tour. And just stuff our suitcases with you.
Yeah, literally go with 4 outfits and just recycle and have a full suitcase.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, it was all the Finnish designers, everybody was there, and it looked so colorful. It just looks a lot funkier than our shows here in terms of knitting. Because it's all, younger designers and stuff. Not that older designers aren't funky. They are. But, it's a bit of a, more modern
There's
Nordic
a lot of
vibe.
petite knit still. But I saw... I think it might have been Scapple, but it wasn't Scapple. It was someone else was running a knit night kind of thing in Berlin. And it was, make your crafts for Christmas. And there was, 70 people that showed up. And there was a ton of people that wanted to show up. And they had, how many people are... wearing petite knit.
Yeah.
But they, obviously petite knit is, plain patterns, whatever. But they all looked very unique in their own and
well, because you can make them out of funky colors and funky yarn. If we did a petite knit pattern in Koigu, it would still look really funky.
Yeah.
If you could use a variegated color, and it would be, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it was the simple raglan sweaters.
Well, that's essentially the Sunday sweater that I made with the...
Exactly.
Wara.
Yeah, exactly. Other random thing is this company I follow that makes custom hats, but I don't really want any of her hats. I just like her branding and stuff. She came out with this little magazine. It's 8 pages, and it's called A Recipe for Top-Down Socks. And she only ships it to you. You can't buy a PDF or anything. It's this little booklet. And I really want to buy it. It's illustrated, and it just has really simple, clear instructions for top-down socks that you can customize to whatever you want to do. But she was I just always forget how to make them in, I just want to make socks on the go. So I made this tiny booklet just about top-down socks.
That's really fun.
So I kind of want to maybe order a few and, just, give them to crafty people I know. Or just, be here you go, cute little book. But it's kind of the shipping is a lot. But anyway, it's by Sundew Sewing Co. Other thing is the Moomin knitting book. Did you see it?
Okay, I saw it in... No, I didn't see it in person. They were talking about it when I was at Rhinebeck. They had the Moomin sock book. Have you seen the Moomin sock book?
No.
There's a book where there's 25 patterns of socks. All Moomins on them.
Oh my god.
But...
Also, for anyone who doesn't know, Moomin is on here. They're really cute little characters from Finnish books. Yeah.
And they've... From what I've heard, they've always had a fandom in North America.
Yeah.
However, they're really blowing up right now because they're celebrating...
The 80th.
The 80th anniversary. Yeah. So you're hard-pressed to find a bookstore that doesn't when we were in the States, we bought from Barnes & Noble's their books for our nephew, and they are beautiful and...
Yeah, like super cute drawings, super like nice, colorful, and like nice storylines and like yeah. But yeah, there's like this book that's there's the sock one, I guess, and then there's this new one that came out that's celebrating the 80th anniversary. It's like Moomin knits like 20 patterns to celebrate by the seaside or something like that. They're so cute. There's like this vest that has like Moomins on the pockets. There's like a stripy scarf that looks like the scarves they wear in the show.
Our hands on it.
I know, I really want it. I think I might ask for it for Christmas because it's like $80 or something. It's a lot. But
I was gonna get the sock book, even though I don't knit socks. But I wanted to get it because I was like Moomins.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to carry it because it was like a big these books.
Yeah, they're chunky. Well, they're like
books.
by Len, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're huge.
And we like walked away and like came back a couple hours later to the book booth and it was gone.
Oh.
And the other book I wanted to buy from the book booth, which was All Creatures Great and Small.
Knitting patterns?
No, they have a children's book.
Oh, cute.
Which has nothing to do with knitting, but knitters like All Creatures Great and Small, so therefore.
Yeah. Well, cute. Cute. I guess final piece of news is more specific to us, which is we got into the Nashville Yarn Fest, which is fun.
Nash Fest.
Nash Yarn Fest, something like that. But it's in April, and then we also got into Knit City Toronto, which is in March. So mark your calendars, because I think they're already selling tickets for both of those. And we will be there. So yay. Well, that's the end of my crafting news. So if you have reading, watching, show and tell.
Okay. So, I have been in a reading slump, as happens sometimes, and I have only read 3 books this fall, which, that to me, since I'm on like over 30 books this year, that's heartbreaking.
Well, there were a few episodes a few months ago that you were like, I read this, and I read this, and I read this, and I read this, and I was like, okay.
And it's like, I'll pull out my Goodreads, because I just like hit a wall, and I like stopped reading, and it made me sad. And I felt like I didn't have time, but then I was sad that I wasn't reading. And so I've recently brought it back. But what I did read is in September, I read Wild Card, so the last Elsie Silver book in her Rose Hill series. And for those that don't know, Elsie Silver is a Canadian author. She writes like kind of small town, kind of Western romance books. They're really good. They're modern. She has 3 series, and she has a 4th series coming out this spring, and they're all mildly interconnected.
All the series are too.
Yeah, because they are like, there'd be, say, from the first series, one of the girls that gets married, her brothers are the one that the second series is based on.
So like Bridgerton extended.
Yeah, but it's like very subtle, and you don't necessarily realize it until you've read everything.
Yeah, and then you go, oh my god, they all know each other. Oh,
yeah, because you don't need to read, even within her series, like the 5 books in my favorite series, like you don't need to read all 5 of them. You could read literally the 4th one, and it'll still make sense because you still get their whole backstories and stuff. So yeah, kind of small town Bridgerton-esque version. But she's Canadian, which is awesome, and the books are based in BC and Alberta. And I really don't need to be tooting her horn because she's huge and got both of her series, or 2 of her book series have been picked up, and one by Netflix.
Whoa, and for a show?
Netflix or Prime, for a show.
Whoa, yeah. You're gonna watch that in one day.
Yeah, I'm hyped.
What was your rating of that book?
Wildcard was 3 skeins. Her Rose Hill series are all single dad romances, interestingly enough.
All of them? Weird.
Yeah.
Maybe she has a thing.
This one was single dad that didn't know he was a dad and age gap. So it just wasn't really my thing.
Yeah,
but it was still good.
True. That probably would do it for certain people, and that's where you have to have different kinds of romance books, because somebody's going to be like, oh my god,
love the age gap.
Yeah.
Some people...
Where, like, that just doesn't apply to either of us. Yeah. So both of us would be like,
It was also a miscommunication book, and I don't know if you've ever read a miscommunication book where you're literally by, like, the 10th chapter, you're like, can they just sit in a room and chat?
like, where they go, I don't know how he feels, I don't know how she feels.
Or
they just
didn't see each other for 9 months because one of them lost their phone number, and it's just, like,
it's
stupid
just
stuff like that, that I'm like, actually, it's probably pretty realistic because stuff like that does happen.
Well, especially it used to happen so much more before, like, Facebook and Instagram, etc., where, like, people would be like, do you want to meet me on December 3rd at this place? And one of them wouldn't make it, and then you would just not hear from each other again. And then you're just never see, like...
That leads me to book 2 that I've read this fall, which is If It Makes You Happy by Julie Olivia. And this book's based in the 90s, and it's great. It's a small-town romance book. She's taking over her mom's inn because her mom has died of cancer, and she meets the neighbor, and he's a really helpful guy. Also, weirdly, a single dad. Keeps popping up. And it's just really cute, and he literally has to, like, run in a rainstorm to a phone booth to call her because that's the only way he can communicate with her. And
like classic 90s rom-com drama.
And a good reminder of, like...
Like a Sleepless in Seattle type.
Yeah.
Okay,
like, good. Not having constant communication. And then I read After the Rain by Amber Palmer. This book is just a country romance based in Texas, and it's good. It's another book in a series I've read. So
also
it's...
single dad?
No. Imagine. No.
I'd be like, please stop reading those.
No, I'm currently reading, though, The Gingerbread Bakery by Laurie Gilmore. I bought this book in September. I pre-ordered it, and I've been holding on until Christmas season.
To start it.
So I waited until after Remembrance Day, and now I'm very excited. And it's 2 characters that are in the Cinnamon Bun bookstore and all the other bookstores that you kind of like.
I'm reading Pumpkin Spice Cafe right now because you told me to, and I'm borrowing it.
Yeah,
by also Laurie Gilmore.
Stack.
I'm finally into it a little bit more because it was kind of like the miscommunication trope that you were describing with Pumpkin Spice Cafe. This woman, like, inherits a cafe, small town. Yeah, as that apparently happens in books. And then, like, this, like, hunky farmer is, like, not supposed to like her because he's been burned too many times, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, and it's all this, like, oh, we can't get together, but, well, the townspeople think. And they were doing that for, like, 10 chapters. And I was like, come on. And then I literally out loud complained that there was nothing going on between them, but they kept, like, talking about it. And then I turned the page, and then it was very steamy, and I was like, oh!
Yeah, those books come out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere! They were literally at, like, this market selling, whatever, apple cider and whatever, and all of a sudden, there's steaminess going on. I was like, oh! So, yeah, I imagine the other Laurie Gilmores have some random steamies also.
Yeah, but they're, like, third act steam.
They're also, like,
they're slower.
Very PG-13 steam. Like, as far as I got to. Like,
I'd say some of them aren't.
Oh,
but...
okay. Well, so far what I read, I was like, okay, they didn't say anything, but okay.
But they're a good building
up to. You can imagine, though. Yeah, also, like... I kind of... We're getting in detail now. But I would rather leave something to imagination half the time because that's more fun.
I've read some recently. That's the other thing I've realized. Slow burns are 10 times better because I've read, as I got deeper into romance books, you end up on, like, chapter 2 and you're like, whoa, I don't even know you yet.
Yeah, true. You have to, if you get to know them and you, like, you really are voting for it to happen, then the payoff's bebetter.
Which is a good, segue to Rivals, which Merike finally watched.
Yes, in our watching, I wrote that down, that I had Kersti finally got me to watch Rivals, which is like a British 1980s drama comedy kind of
thing.
Really good if you like British, like, humor, British, like, small town British stories. Really good filming, really good acting.
Really good filming.
Like, you recognize a lot of the actors. But yeah, I can't wait for season 2. It's officially renewed. I just don't know when it's coming out.
And they've already filmed it.
Okay,
they started filming it
it's
in
probably
May.
coming out like 2026 spring or something, I imagine.
But it's based on the book series by Jilly Cooper.
Yeah. Oh yeah, which we want to read.
Yeah.
Yes.
But anyways, the series is so good. And it's one of those where finally in the last episode you're like, just kiss!
Yes.
And they do, and it's really good.
Oh, I cried.
There's a lot going on in that scene, though. I just rewatched that episode this week.
But back to reading quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I finished last time we talked about this. I think I had said I just started reading Before the Coffee Gets Cold. I'm not sure if I mentioned it or not, but I got it for my birthday, and I had been wanting to read it forever, and I could never find a soft cover. But then it was my birthday, so I splurged for hardcover because whatever. Anyway, it actually was a play, which I didn't realize. So, anyway, the whole thing is every scene in the entire book takes place in this one cafe. Like, they never, ever show you anything in any other part of the world. And I really liked it. I think
that
I would
kind of
say...
makes sense that it's a play, though.
Because then everyone can just come and go off of the stage. Yeah, it actually lends itself really well to a play. But I would give it 4 skeins. It was very good. Like, I think the writing was a bit strange because it was clearly translated from Japanese, where, like, there was a bit of, like... I was like, that was weirdly phrased, and so it got a bit clunky. But the story is very good. I cried really hard. Like, happy side cried. It was good. So, I'd recommend. And one other thing reading was The Mending Life. Remember we talked about that a while ago? So I got that also for my birthday from my friend Bella. And like, it has tutorials on, like, how to mend socks, how to, like, all sorts of different mending. But I've been reading it from front to back, like, as if it's a novel, because there's a lot of nice, like, pages in between that, like,
nice.
It's written by sisters, and, like, they talk about their relationship with mending and crafts from their grandparents and, like, all sorts of things. It's really, really heartwarming. Like, just talking about caring for your things and, like, how certain things really matter to you, and, like, I don't know, it's really nice.
I feel like more people should do that with some of those books. Even I was looking at, like, the new Estonian book that was released and things like that, which we should have brought with us over here.
Yeah, Kindred Knits by Alex Bird.
Her book has a lot of, like, really nice stories about her aunt. And, like, cookbooks sometimes.
Have nice stories.
If you, like, actually read into them, like Stanley Tucci's cookbook.
Yeah.
Great forward.
And a lot of the time you skip to the tutorial or the recipe or whatever, and you don't read the rest of it. But, like, the people who wrote them took a lot of time to write nice things in between that matter.
Yeah.
And, like, I often am guilty of skipping them, too, because I bought it because of the pattern or the whatever. But there's a lot of really nice things that are thoughtful.
That no one ever, like, gets to.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm trying to read this as if it's a novel and not just tutorials. It's also really nicely illustrated. Like, really cool, colorful drawings of, like, what you're doing with your sock or whatever you're making.
Would you rate Rivals in your skein rating?
I think Rivals is like a solid 5 out of 5 skeins.
It really is. It's so good.
It's pretty raunchy, which that would be my only note, but I didn't hate that. Like, it wasn't bad. Like, it almost tipped over the scale of, like, too raunchy at one point, and then I was like, it's okay. Like, it backs off enough.
Like, if you've ever watched things that are, like, Saltburn, it's not like Saltburn.
No.
But Saltburn, raunchiness, or, like, it just feels British. Like, I love it. It's on Disney Plus.
Well, it's very honest. Like, it doesn't sugarcoat anything, which is weird but good.
Yeah, it just feels like something that's filmed in Britain because they just do things differently than we do here.
Yeah,
in terms of their filming.
And it's on
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus, right?
Which is wild too because it doesn't give Disney.
It doesn't seem Disney-ish at all. I guess because it's Hulu. Right?
No, it was produced by Disney Plus in England.
Whoa, that's wild.
Yeah,
it's very raunchy for Disney Plus.
But I guess it's like Disney England.
Disney Adult.
Yeah.
Disney Plus Plus.
Plus.
Disney Plus rotated as Disney X. Anyway. Well, I guess we could move on. I have some show and tell.
I have more watching and...
Oh, okay, go. I have more I could share too, but go ahead.
I need a new show, so taking show recommendations. I've been watching Dancing with the Stars. Which is very strange because I haven't watched Dancing with the Stars since I was a kid.
Yeah.
2010.
Mm-hmm.
And I got into it because I started getting into the lore of... Instead of reading, I was on TikTok and I went down rabbit holes and I got into the lore of Dancing with the Stars because everyone is married to each other.
Oh.
And a ton of them are Mormon, and a lot of them are from Utah, and they all the pros danced at the same dance studio growing up, which is wild.
That's
and
weird.
Like, it's just, and then there's all the stars, and there's drama amongst the stars, and so I started watching it, and then I was like, oh yeah, I used to love watching dancing shows growing up, like Dancing with the Stars, So You Think You Can Dance, stuff like that. So then I got into it, and now I'm like...
You're still into it?
Yeah, the finale is on Tuesday.
Are you gonna vote?
I have voted, and then my guy left.
Oh.
Which was upsetting, but he was also not like he was a favorite, but people hated that people were voting for him because he wasn't very good.
Oh.
Yeah, it was one of those situations.
He was fun to watch, but he wasn't a good
And he's
dancer.
just really kind, and yeah. One of the singers from the Pentatonics.
Oh,
was
random.
And he was actually decent, but then he got kicked off and now he's on tour. Anyways, really good. But that segues to, did you know This is actually kind of crafting news.
Huh.
Did you know that there is a knitting reality TV competition?
The Game of Wool.
Yes.
Yes.
I can't
true.
figure out...
That is crafting news. Tom Daly is one of the good judges.
And it's like, for some reason, from Dancing with the Stars. That
yeah,
seems like a
totally.
segue. I can't figure out how to watch it.
I can't find it either. I've been waiting. I'm imagining we're going to have to wait till it's fully out in Canada. Like, to find it in Canada. Because it's in England. So I figure it's on, like, one of those weird, like, not Acorn, but one
like
of those.
Something like
BritBox, whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah. If anyone knows how to find Game of Wool, maybe it's one of those things how, like, on YouTube you can pay to watch it or whatever.
That'd be annoying.
But, yeah, apparently...
There has to be people
I've heard some notes about it, though, where people say it's weird because it's technically... It says the Britain's Best Knitter is, like the byline or whatever, but then they also have crocheters in it. So then people are complaining that it's weird because it's technically a knitting show, but there's kind of both, which I think there's no problem about that.
It's called the Game of Wool, so that's up for
But I guess it just says, like, underneath it, like...
Are they, like, knitting full sweaters?
Well, that's what the other note people said was, like, you can't really actually make a proper piece as quickly as they're telling people to, but that's, like, the nature of these stupid shows, right? Like, and that's the fun of it, too. Is like, you know, the British Bake Off or whatever, they're like, make 77 desserts in 2 hours, and it's like, okay, no wonder some of them are ugly, because no one can make 77 desserts in 2 hours.
Yeah. So, anyways, if any of you know how to watch it, please let us know. I would like to watch it, because apparently I'm back into...
Well, it sounds fun.
Yeah.
Well, even if it's crappy, like, that sounds... When do we ever get to watch something like that? Like, it's always,
it's
like...
It's good representation.
Yeah. I like that they're diversifying with those shows. Like, there's the glass-blowing one. There's the
glass
pottery
blowing one is so cool.
The pottery one's in Canada, and the glass-blowing one's in Canada, which is cool.
They're on Netflix,
I really liked... Yeah, I watched both of those. They're really good. And the clay one was hosted by Seth Rogen, right? Yeah, that's so fun.
Because he has his own pottery company.
Yeah, he makes like weed pipes or something, right? Yeah,
it's pretty
so
cool.
funny.
And like ashtrays.
Yeah.
His ashtrays are actually stunning.
Gorgeous. Yeah, no, he's actually
beautiful
very talented.
ashtrays are underrated.
Well, I like using ashtrays for other things because I don't smoke. But.
No, but it's just like, also like, there's something nostalgic about it. Anyways.
Yeah, it makes me feel like I'm a rich person in the 90s.
Yeah, or at your grandmother's house.
Yeah. My grandma had really nice crystal ones because she did smoke.
So did mine.
Yeah.
Not outing grandma, sorry. And then final watching, which is also not that niche because it's a huge audience, but niche to maybe knitters. I need to find a crossover for this. Formula One, there's 3 races left. They're in Las Vegas this weekend. And my favorite driver, Lando Norris, is currently on track to win. And I'm very excited. And so I'm actually like watching the races. And I only got into this sport because of my husband watching it.
Now you're
and
more
now
into it
I'm
than he
more
is.
into it than he is. I listen to podcasts. I know all the... I love things that I can know the lore.
Yeah, well, when there's enough to, like, stick your teeth into, because if it's just, like, I mean, okay, maybe there's lore behind curling and I don't know it, but let's say I'm sure there is, but let's say you're watching curling. I do actually enjoy watching curling, so it's a bad example, but let's say you're watching curling and it's just kind of like, oh, they won, and it's like, I don't know anything about why that should matter to me. But if I know that there's a rivalry between whatever and whatever, then now I can be bought in.
Yeah. And, like, I love getting to know the girlfriend and knowing that he just got engaged. And Charles Leclerc has a really cute wiener dog. It's baby.
Oh, God, you finished that with
dog. It's little. It's like this big. Anyways. And it's just like, I don't know, I've gotten very into it. And it helps that all drivers are handsome. So that helps. And they're also all sponsored by really large companies. Last note that's literally not craft related, but I got really excited about this week. At the Las Vegas Grand Prix, so there's F1 Academy, which is the female racing league. Yeah. And it's run by Susie Wolf. Her husband runs the Mercedes team. Anyway, she's a cool powerhouse. I follow her on LinkedIn. She posts really inspirational stuff. And she's trying to get more women, not into just racing, but engineering, into a lot of these, like, traditionally masculine
mechanical-based
roles.
Things. Yeah, okay, cool.
And she partnered with Lego, and the CEO of Lego is a woman.
Cool.
Which I thought was really cool.
I didn't know that.
And this Lego is sponsoring a car, like a full car. Like, they're sponsoring a car.
Wait, that's cool.
Not a Lego car, but a car.
But, like, are they going to paint it like a Lego car?
In F1 Academy.
Cool.
Because more girls, little girls, are building F1 cars than little boys.
Whoa.
And so they're promoting girls can race too. and they sponsored a driver
Well,
and everything.
technically there's, like, you know, if there's an argument, and we're getting off topic here, but there's an argument about, like, women in sports, like, obviously it makes sense that, like, women in general are, like, smaller, etc. than men. But as racing, there's no reason. So good point.
Yeah.
I
think it's awesome because the two of them, like CEO of Lego and then Susie Wolf, handshaking on the Las Vegas Grand Prix with this brand new car sponsored by Lego. And it's just like, and also that fact that more little girls are playing with Lego than little boys and all of that.
That's very cool.
Anyways.
I love it.
That was a...
No, I think Lego counts as crafting.
I think it does too.
I think it's like adjacent to crafting. I think.
Well, it works the brain in
a similar way, like very rhythmic and like you're building something and you're creating and it's colorful, etc. Yeah. I like it. There's a gateway.
Thank you for providing it. But now I'm good to get into our actual activities.
Well, I mean,
like I was like, I have no news, and then I was like, I have so
You're
much
like, wait,
news.
I have some news. Boy, do I have news. Do we want to do show and tell? A little show and tell? Okay, my first show and tell number is what I'm wearing, my vest, which I got on Facebook Marketplace, and someone local in Waterloo made it. It's by some company called Worth. Really cute label on the back.
It has a really cute label.
Anyway, quilted little vest. I will come forward and to show. If for people listening, it is cream and lavender. And it has like little gingham spots and flowers. And it's a little vest and a little tie. And I was doing some late night Facebook Marketplace scrolling. And it's like thrifting in bed. And I saw it and I was like, well, I need that. And it was only $40. And I was like, you know what? That's good. And I bought it from this girl that's like our age. And she was like, I just don't wear it anymore. And I was like, well, I love it. So thank you. So anyway, that's one show and tell. Do you have any show and tell?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go back and forth.
So, shows that Koigu went to since we've last spoken. Flock in Seattle. Tent Sale. Kitchener-Waterloo. Vancouver. Rhinebeck. We had our own tent sale. And we've had open houses. And I feel like I just need to, like...
cover that we've done
since
a lot
we've last
of things.
spoken.
Yeah.
And so some of the things that I picked up, I got from Junebug and Darling, the most awesome people. I got a cross-stitch kit because A, their packaging was great and they had the cutest booth. And I've never cross-stitched before, but it's a difficulty of 1. And for those listening, it says Raise Hell with a little horseshoe, and I'm going to put it in my new office.
Super cute.
My new house, and I'm very excited. And it's, I just haven't taken it out of the packaging yet. Cause it's
a fun, like, Christmas time thing to work on, maybe, where you're just sitting, like, by the fire for a bunch of hours, and you just work on it.
I'm thinking maybe when I have my friend's Christmas, I'll just be like...
Yeah, cute. Love it. Well, I wanted to show off my first socks that I've ever mended. My favorite socks. They're very hairy because I just wore them, and my dog sheds a lot. But, look, I did a patch on the heel. Oh, hard to show. Oh, there we go. Patch on the heel and patch on the heel because I wear them with my blundstones all the time, and that's where my blundstones hit. And I did it with a darning mushroom from, you know that lady Boku? B-O-O-K-H-O-U? She's in Toronto, and her husband makes all her, like, crafting tools, the wooden ones. So I have a darning mushroom from her, and I did it, and it looks so cute, and, like, you can't even see it from far away. Like, it's,
also, the colors match really
yeah, the colors are so good. And anyway, I'm very happy, and now I can wear my socks again, because these are my favorites, and they were sitting in a box for a long time, because they were to that point where, like, if I wore them one more time, there would have been a hole. It was just, like, that really thin, threadbare look. So, first mend, complete. Thank you, thank you. So, I'm finally in my mending era. Yes.
Okay, I did not get very much at Rhinebeck. However, I did secure the goods.
That is so cute. Wait, explain it for people listening.
For people listening, I got the New York State Sheep and Wool Festival tote. I've collected so many totes this fall. I got a tote from Flock. It was really cute as well, but my mom took it from me. I got a tote from Wool and Affair. It's freaking massive.
You got the one in Denmark too.
I did get the one in Denmark as well. That one I think we showed.
We did.
Yeah. And I got one from a bookstore in Rhinebeck, actually Kingston. And I'm just like collecting totes at this point. But this one is great because it has a zipper. So the Flock one also had a zipper. And it has pockets. And inside it has pockets. Like,
also,
it's
it has a
freaking
really
sturdy.
cute sheepy with yarn and flowers, and a scarf is on the sheepy, and it's black and cream and orange and beige for anyone who's not seeing it.
And if you look at my tote collection at this point in time, it just looks like I've been going to bookstores, and usually my husband and I just collect totes when we go to bookstores globally. So we got one from the bookstore in Estonia.
Nice.
We have like one from Paris. Like, that's kind of more my vibe, is like getting totes from bookstores.
Is nice.
But this is like really nice, and I also now have a weird collection of sheep totes. But hack for Rhinebeck future. So this is from the New York Sheep and Wool Festival. Other yarn festivals, you in general have to like pre-order or hustle for a tote.
Yeah.
At Rhinebeck, the Sheep and Wool Festival, you can also pre-order and book this. I was informed. However, rather than waiting, so there's a souvenirs tent that has like t-shirts and stuff. I did want a t-shirt because I was nostalgic to when I was a kid going to Maryland getting t-shirts. However, I did not want to wait in this line because people were saying that the line took over an hour.
Oh.
We were inside one of the barn buildings, and there was a ton of fleece. Like, a huge section of fleece that you could, like, pick through and buy raw fleece. And it was different breeds, blah, blah, blah. And we just looked through it, because I was like, this is my first time at Rhinebeck. This is super fun.
Yeah.
And on our way out, my husband goes, they have the totes. And he knew I wanted one of the totes, because I like a tote. And so we went up to the lady, and we were like, we're not buying fleece, but can we buy a tote here? And she said, yes, you can. They had two options at the New York State Festival. This one's like the black and orange, and then they also had a rainbow one. And you can buy them from the fleece big fleece booth that they run, rather than waiting in the lineup. Because at one point in time, it was like an almost 2-hour wait for the souvenirs. Because people that's the
spot.
Yeah, it's a very long line. It was scary. And I was not willing to sit in it.
Well, it's almost like reminded me of like St. Jacob's Market with the apple fritters. Like, there's only one place to get them, though, and you have to wait.
There was apple cider donuts at There were so many people at Rhinebeck, so everything was a lineup. But there was apple cider donuts that Joey got told, my husband, that you have to like wait in line for these donuts. And so he went to go wait in line. I'm allergic to apples, so I'm like, I'm not waiting in line for you to eat donuts. And he was like, I'm gonna get myself a dozen donuts. Anyways,
to eat alone.
So I went and did like an entire barn by myself, and I came back, and he had maybe moved like 10 feet, and he was still in line. So then I was sitting places, and I was doing romping around, and kept seeing some people and being social and stuff. And then he finally got them, and he did buy a dozen donuts because he was like, I waited in line for almost an hour. Well, yeah, at that point
you may as well.
Yeah.
Were they good?
He said they were good. He said they were good.
Yeah.
But yeah, literally everything was a lineup, and this was
Well, that looks expensive. It's nice. Mm-hmm. That's like the size of for like a weekend bag. Like, you could fully go away for a weekend with that bag. Very cute.
I think it was only like $45, but the internet might tell me that it was
well, $45
wrong.
US.
Yes, $45 US.
Yeah.
But it's my souvenir.
This is my scarf pattern I just released recently. It is one skein of Koigu Andra, which is brushed merino and nylon.
It's awesome.
I called it the Lumi scarf, which means snow in Estonian. And it's really pretty. It's just like a bunch of granny squares put together, but it like in this yarn in one color, it just looks so nice. And I did it in the natural cream, and it's so soft.
It's so pretty.
And 2 or 3 yarn stores have already made it and posted it, which is fun. Because it's a good way to sell Andra. Like, one skein goes really far. Like, it's a pretty long scarf.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of fun making it, so yay!
The Andra's so beautiful too.
Yeah. Well, actually, I get to show my sweater now. Because we showed in the last episode, it wasn't even done. Is your sweater done?
No. No, it's not. I have started, since then, many, many other things.
Yeah, well, it's hard, especially with, what the topic we're about to get onto is holidays. It's hard to work on other stuff when you have all sorts of, like, presents and stuff and winter comes. But yeah, here's my sweater. Dun, da, da, da. It looks super cute.
It's so cute.
I've worn it a bunch already, because it's really cute.
And yellow and white stripes.
Yeah, of the Koigu Andrew again. It's, like, really light yellow and cream. And I added my own, like, little crochet frilly edge on the neck. There, you can see it. And then I added a bit of crochet on the sleeves and the bottom to just, like, flare it out a little bit. And yeah, it fits really well. Maybe I'll wear it in the next episode or something, but...
What, you having an end?
Yeah, there's an end. I guess I didn't finish already weaving in my ends, which is very... Oh, yeah, there's a lot of ends.
It's okay, that's on brand for me.
But, yeah, super cute. And, yeah, this is the sweater that we kept talking about finishing And I did finish it back in August or September already. I just hadn't shown it off.
I think I'm going to unravel mine because it's too big.
Like, really? Like, fully? Oh.
Well, probably only up to my chest, but it's just too big.
Darn. Well, that sucks.
But I've already started on the sleeves, so I'm wondering if I can just unravel up to a certain point and then kind of like go in a little bit and keep my sleeves going. Anyways.
Darn.
To be determined.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a New Year project for me.
Yeah, maybe you just have to check in with it again once you're done other stuff.
So, a life update. My husband and I bought a house and we moved in this fall, which was really exciting. And my family does not do stockings. We never did them growing up. It's just not one of our traditions. However, in moving into a new house and knowing my husband had stockings as a kid, I was like, we can like kind of blend. And so I was like, I'm going to knit a stocking. I've never knit a sock. And I was like, how hard could it be? And I was also like, I want to use our Mash'em, so I'm just going to mod some patterns and write my own pattern. And this is V1.
So the first version...
It actually doesn't look that bad on camera.
No, on camera it looks better.
However...
in real life it looks kind of like a blob.
Yeah. It's doing its most. I'm using the lightest natural brown gray of the Mash'em. And it's
like
very
a
cute.
really chunky boucle, Koigu Mash'em.
Yes. So, okay. We have fixed our issues with this version. I still have to sew these two together because of how I did the toe. But look, it's a stocking!
It's so cute. That'll look so cute hanging from your mantle.
So I'm really proud of this.
Yeah,
and I
really
made
fun.
a lot of adjustments from the first version and sizing adjustments and added some... I love how I was like, evidently I don't know how to knit a stocking. And rather than like taking it easy, I was like, I'm going to add some detail.
Yeah, the second try you were like, I'm going to make it harder.
But, oh yeah, these are... So this is a stitch marker that I got at Flock, and I will figure out the... It's the same one as the one I got you.
Yeah. It's a little like resin cheapy.
I'll figure out what the name of the
you gave
person
me
is.
the packaging with it, but I don't have it with me right now.
But anyways, we'll flog her.
Really cute stitch markers.
But yeah, so I think we're gonna unravel the first one and redo it exactly how we did the second one because it's looking pretty good, if I do say so myself.
And you made it with one skein, right? Yeah.
Which is also awesome because it's a great way to use Mash'em.
Oh wait, grab the red Mash'em right there.
Aha!
Yeah, so this is the yarn and it's like a really pretty, this is the red version. That'd be so cute for a stocking.
You know what's so funny? I feel like you don't realize how you keep segueing me. So look at these beautiful browns.
Are you gonna make a red one?
And my husband goes, can you make one that's colorful? Because he's like, those are kind of boring. Which, rude.
Rude.
But also, the name of the game is I am a very beige, monotone girly, and my husband is very loud and colorful. And Merike is the exact opposite with her boyfriend, where she is colorful and her boyfriend is a little bit more monotone.
Yeah.
So of course Joey says, I want a colorful stocking if you're making stockings.
So you're making the red one?
I hadn't decided if I was going to make a red one or not.
How gorgeous.
But this just made me laugh because I was like, of course you're going to be like, grab
hey.
the colorful one, Merike. And it's like, so yeah, because this one's going to be for me, and then this one's going to be for Poppy, our dog.
Okay, and then the red one can be for
And
Joey.
then he gets a colorful one because
Perfect.
apparently he thinks these are too boring. So.
Well, fair. Well, it's a good segue to holiday making because there you go. Actually, yeah, that can be a partial segue for me too here is, so the last time we talked on here, we mentioned that the Heritage Sweater knit-along was coming, but it has now... Is here and it's pretty much over. We have one more meetup in January that we've planned to show. Everybody can show off their pieces.
But for the record, the making of the sweaters is not over, and if you at any point start a Heritage Sweater collection, you can always still join the group.
Yeah, we have a Facebook group where basically anyone making a Heritage Sweater, which is a collection of 10 like really fun colorwork sweaters, then like just join the group because we're sharing. People are sharing what they're making, and if you have questions, you put it in there, or just message us or like tag Koigu and be like, look, I'm making a sweater, because that would be really fun.
We want to see it.
Yeah, we want to see it.
And I know I've sold some kits at some shows.
Yes,
so.
and I know someone posted a finished one on Ravelry, and I was really excited. I'll have to show you. But, so here's my progress. I'm making the garland sweater, which originally was olive and gray and cream, but mine is maroon and lavender and cream. And so I split for the front and back now, and I am very close. Oops, it's stuck.
Is it supposed to be attached in the middle there?
No, it's
okay.
not. It's just my yarn got stuck. I was wondering the same thing. I was like, why is it stuck?
It's so pretty.
But
Look
yeah,
at it in the
so,
camera when you hold it up.
So they're, oh wow,
Oh
it
my
does
God,
look pretty.
it's so pretty.
So yeah, so it's like all over color work. It looks really pretty. So I just have a few more inches to go on the front, or I don't know if this is the front or the back. And then I have to repeat for the front / back, whatever the other half is. And then sleeves, collar, etc. But why this is now a holiday knit is because I am really wanting to wear it for
We love
Christmas.
setting impossible goals.
Impossible goals, I know.
Actually, you have so much. This time last year is when I started Joey's sweater.
Yeah, but this is like so, like, now anyone who's knit color work flat, because now I have to knit flat because I've split, it does take a lot more mental effort on the purl side, because you can't see the pattern because your float is in the way. So
you have to trust
every second row is taking me twice as long, but to be fair, it's half the width, so it kind of evens out. But
are you also getting faster?
I'm definitely getting faster, and like I know the pattern better and like all that. But I did also put it in timeout for a little while, so I kind of forgot, and now I've been knitting it almost every day again. But anyway, my plan
if you learn
is
to knit backwards.
Well, maybe I'll try that. That would be good. Maybe I'll try. But oh, and to show off my floats look very pretty.
So good.
But yeah, my goal is to have it done by December 28th, because that's when my big family's having Christmas, and the theme, like the dress code, is Estonian sweaters, and I'd be the only one wearing one that made their own.
And it's beautiful.
And it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And like people would be like, "Where did you get that?" And I'd be like, "I made it." So I really want to have that I made it moment, you know?
You need to have that moment.
Need to have
also,
that moment.
so if you are working on a heritage sweater, and this is also a hack for you when you get there, so the front and the back, you're going to be knitting flat, because that's the way the pattern goes, because it's bottom up, not top down. However, the pattern is written for the sleeves that you knit flat as well.
Well, you could just circle
However, you can circle knit it.
Yeah, because I'm definitely going to, because I'm going to pick up the stitches here and then just knit down instead.
Yeah.
Because then I can knit in the round and it'll be way faster.
Yeah,
I'll
and
just
you don't
put it
even
on-
have to pick up at the shoulder if you don't want to. You can still knit from the cuff
Oh,
up.
true. But
and
that
just
feels
expand as you want to.
risky.
But, because the only thing is, like, you will want to add, decrease. But you can always decrease
I can
still going
decrease.
down. Yeah.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. But
This way, then you know you've picked
what
up
the
enough
width is. Exactly.
width,
Because
right?
that's where I'd be afraid that when I'm knitting from the cuff up, that all of a sudden it's going to be wrong, which would scare me. But
The pattern is written from the cuff up, but it's flat.
yeah.
So and then you just, like,
yeah,
sew
I don't
it.
know. But anyway.
But yeah, I think once you get the front and the back done, and you're doing just
Then I'll
the
just
sleeve,
whiz.
you'll be
Exactly.
like,
No, I agree.
and you're getting the hang of this pattern.
Yeah, and it
so
is
much.
the
I also
most intricate.
love the border on
me
it.
too. I want to put that, like, this border here. It's like 1x1 stitches. I really want to do a hat with like a little border like
To
that. I think
match
that would
it
look really
with the same
cute.
colors.
Or like a headband. I don't know. I'm definitely gonna have
You
lots
need
of
to
yarn.
focus on your sweater first.
Well, yeah, but I'm gonna have lots of yarn left over, especially of the cream, because there's very little cream. So maybe I'll make a headband that's predominantly cream, and then with the red and the purple as the other colors. That'd be pretty. Maybe. Don't hold me to it.
It's okay. We'll start keeping Merike accountable on her knitting.
Oh, it's Koigu Cordell.
Yes.
Wool.
Which
if
is
you
also
wondered.
my sweater. That I'm wearing right now. I love this sweater.
I love that.
One of the times I washed it, I shrunk the sleeves a little bit, but
It's so cute.
it's still cute. It kind of felt it a little bit, actually.
Yeah, it did.
My Christmas crafting is tied to one of my projects I completed since August, which isn't a knitting craft, but it's a craft. I didn't bring it because it's wrapped up as a Christmas present at this point, but I bead embroidered for the first time ever.
What did you make?
A tiny cowboy hat on a tank top for my friend. It was supposed to be for her bachelorette, and I did not get it done. And then I was like, you know what, I'll just give it to her for Christmas. But it spurred my love of bead embroidery.
Was that a cowboy pun? Spurred.
And I'm like, wow, I love bead embroidery now.
Cool. It looks really satisfying.
So that's on the topic of low budget. Well, you have to buy beads. But on the topic of low budget Christmases, I am gonna make everyone bead embroidery ornaments for Christmas. Because I just really enjoyed making them, and I think they look really cute, and the hat turned really well.
Felt, or what are you gonna do it on?
So I'm gonna do it on like a fabric, and then I'm just gonna put a backing to it.
Okay.
So like you can find them. Literally everyone has bead embroidery ornaments for Christmas this year, like Anthropologie, like all these places, and they're so cheap. And I'm like, fun fact, that takes like 8 hours to make.
Yeah, I don't understand because there's no way a machine can do that as detailed as they are. So who's making these?
Yeah. Anyways, I will be making them, and I have plans to make champagne glasses and martinis.
Wait, make? Oh, as the ornament. I was like, what? How?
No, just bead embroidered. But yeah, I'll just do it on like a piece of fabric, like white fabric on the front, so that I can just do the
like canvas or something, or just fabric.
It can be just like anything.
Cool.
Because I did it on like a tank top fabric, right?
Right.
So
yeah. True. I guess it can kind of be anything.
And then I'll just get nice, like a pretty fabric for the back because I don't want to make more work for myself.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna utilize my Cricut, which has been dusty since my wedding, because I can put my pen in my Cricut and I can draw whatever shape I need.
Like a template.
As a template, and then I can have it cut.
Cute.
If I want to, once I'm done beading.
Like the shape of it. Yeah. Cool. Well, that sounds really fun. You're gonna have to show us.
Yeah, I will. And I have plans for 5 ornaments. But yeah, it's just kind of like a low cost, high meaning.
Well, and like it lets you practice a craft you're liking now. That's kind of what Christmas starts being about for me sometimes, is like, I'm really into doing this right now, and now I'm gonna make everyone have these things.
This summer or the winter, I made mittens for everyone.
Yeah.
And then one other making thing that I don't have to show because I haven't started is this year for my friend's birthday. We've been friends for over 10 years now, and she is someone who I know if I made her something, she would value it and it would be very special. So I wanted to knit her a sweater because I just know she's like the perfect person to do that for.
Yeah.
And she's hard to buy for sometimes, and I know she doesn't listen to our podcast, so I can talk about it. And I just had a lot going on at the time, so I was like, I want you to pick the yarn you want for the sweater, and I want you to pick the pattern, and I'm gonna knit you a sweater.
So what'd she choose?
She chose a petite knit, kind of like stripy sweater, though then she sees my porcelain sweater. She doesn't see my porcelain sweater. She sees the porcelain sweater online and goes, oh my god, I love this sweater.
And you're like, I already knit that.
I've knit that for myself. And you've seen me in it.
Yeah.
But I think she wants it like a cream. I modeled it. I was like,
you did a little jig on in your porcelain sweater.
I think she wants it in like a cream and a red. Which would be really pretty. Or cream and a pink.
Really pretty.
Anyways,
so what are you doing? The porcelain? Or
I have to check back in with her because I think after I'm done these ornaments, I'm finally gonna be able to
just sit and knit her sweater.
Sit and start it.
Okay.
Because I'm not motivated by any of my other projects right now, which I know sounds sad, but it's also kind of like I need to get better at. I can put it aside and not feel guilty about it. Same with books. Like if this book is not bringing me joy,
it's okay.
Yeah.
Well, like, I think that's where we start making... This is part of what I wrote down for holiday stuff, too, is I think... I don't know about everyone else, but I've heard a lot of people say that if you start giving yourself a million... Like, if you say, I'm going to make something for everyone for Christmas, it becomes homework, and you kind of stop liking doing it at all. And I've heard a lot of people post and in person say that they're protecting their peace this year in terms of not making Christmas presents for people because they are stuck working really hard on them and it takes away the joy. I do not agree. I think it is really fun, and the stress of it is fun because it forces you to do it. I can't really finish anything if I don't have a deadline. Well, like, I literally will never finish it.
If you're making something for them that's... Like, I'm more of the opinion, make something that you really like and gift it to them. Yes. And if they don't like it, that's their problem. Versus... But it's like... I don't know, I'm not going around asking, hi, do you want a hat, or do you want a pair of scarves, or do you want a mitten, do you want it in red,
a pair of scarves?
A pair of scarves, yes.
Do you want a pair of scarves?
But I'm not asking people what they want, and then asking, I mean, obviously Hannah, I asked what she wants, and the color and things
different.
like that.
Like, I think inherently you should only make, if you're going to make hats for everybody, like, people should maybe think about what colors and styles they might like. But other than that, like, the right people should love that. Like, I have made hats for everybody for Christmas one year, and not to throw shade, but I know who hasn't worn them, and I know who has.
I feel that way about the mittens that one Christmas.
Yeah, no, I know. It's literally like, I know who has never put it on. My dad has never put on the hat I made him. And now I know. Now it's good information for me because I will not make him another one. But that's okay because he's not knit-worthy. He's love-worthy, but he's not knit-worthy.
No.
He's not.
Well, that's my ornaments. I really want to beat embroidery. I want a reason to beat embroidery. And gifting people ornaments is a good reason. I could sell them, but I'm not going to be able to sell them for what
no.
the
You'd have to
worth
sell them
is
for like $80.
Yeah, and no one's going to buy an $80 ornament. And I'm not going to ask them, hey, what do you want on your ornament? I know my friends. Mm-hmm. I know what they like.
Yeah, well, exactly. Well, that's like, I really like that concept where it's like, okay, I want to make this thing or I want to use this technique or whatever it is. And then you can copy-paste it with personality. Yeah. It doesn't mean you're not being thoughtful. Like, I think I've heard people be like, oh, you made everybody a hat? That means you weren't thinking about them. It's like, no, I really thought about this color or the style or how it would fit them. I just knew that I wanted to make everyone the same concept. Or sometimes it'll be like, one year I made everybody, like, I don't know, different, what did I do? Little booklets of, like, different things, like, different activity ideas and different, like, whatever. And, like, they all looked the same, but if you actually look, I spent, like, hours on every single person's little booklet. And, like, I don't know, some people think you're cheaping out, but I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
I think, like, the worst option is, no offense to people who give gift cards, but the worst option is gift cards.
Again, I appreciate a gift card, and
of
I have
course,
some that I've
I'm not
used.
a hater of gift card. I just think that is a cop-out.
It is a cop-out. And yeah. On the flip side of that, because I know I have a lot of people in my life that I love, and if you guys are listening to this podcast, I love you. Remember this. But I know they ask for gift cards and they ask for cash because they're like, I don't like when people give me things. And I'm a very good gift receiver. Like, I've received things that I've literally been like, I'm never going to use this. I don't like this, but I don't return things. I don't take things to Goodwill like 6 days later. Yeah. And I don't regift things because
someone thought about you when they chose it.
Or at least I hope they did.
Well, yeah, hopefully.
But, like, I feel, if there's something I'm a good gift receiver.
Well, you're gonna appreciate.
Yeah, because I don't complain about gifts. I'm like, someone put effort into getting this for me. And guess what? 9 times out of 10, you're gonna realize that 2 years from now, you need that stupid, like, can opener. I love Joey's grandma, but she got me one year a can opener thingy. Which
you, at the time, were probably like, weird present. But now you're happy you have.
Love it.
Totally.
Took me a little bit to use it. Now I love it.
That's true. No, and sometimes the people that love you give you the thing you didn't know you needed.
Mm-hmm. That's
true. That's true. Actually, yeah, one thing on the topic of hats and people who will appreciate them and not, what I'm making for my boyfriend's dad this year, which I better get on. But if you've heard of the Musselburgh hat, you know how, like, everybody's made it. It's that, like, it's by, like, I think her name's Isolde. I think that's just what she goes by on Instagram.
Oh.
But it's, you knit, it's just this long tube.
I've never tried to pronounce it before.
Yeah, I don't know. And then it's just this long tube, and then you can stuff it inside, and it's reversible, and it's just like a double layered hat, and you can knit it in any gauge. Anyway, so I'm making that, but with West Yorkshire Spinners yarn, because Adam's dad is from Yorkshire, like, literally, like, small, tiny region of Yorkshire. He has a Yorkshire accent, like, full-blown Yorkshire boy.
Has he watched All Creatures Great and Small?
I don't know. I hope so. Is that in Yorkshire? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, maybe I'll tell him.
Okay.
But he is very proud Yorkshire man, so I'm making him a hat and gonna tell him that it is from Yorkshire, and he'll be really happy. Like, he'll really appreciate it. And I'm gonna embroider the English flag, not the British, like, not the Union Jack, like the red and white little flag of England on it, and he'll be like, oh my god. So I better work on that because I think he'll really appreciate that. But the sucky thing is, now I feel like I have to make a handmade thing for his, like, Adam's mom too, and I don't know what I'm gonna make. So if you have ideas for mother-in-law crafts, let me know.
We'll take all of them.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
You could bead embroider.
Oh, yeah, I could.
You could bead embroider her house. 'Cause, like, I don't know. I feel like you could bead embroider her house. 'Cause, like, I don't know. I feel like you could bead embroider her house. 'Cause, like, I don't know. I feel like you could bead embroider her house.
Yeah, I could. Oh, their whole house.
You keep thinking so literal when I say things.
Yeah, like make a little, but their house is like very normal looking.
Yeah, but that'd be an easy
True,
bead
it
embroidery.
could just be a house in their house colors.
Yeah.
And then it would look, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cute.
Yeah. I was thinking of doing that.
That'd be cute.
For my in-laws.
Yeah, that's a thing that would be appreciated. Okay. I'd like that.
You're welcome.
But yeah, I guess other than that, what I've been making, I brought show and tell somewhere.
This leads to our final
show and tell.
I was going to say final festival show thingy for the year. Is that not where you're
yes, our
showing
final
this?
show. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
I was like,
are
we not on the same page?
No, we are on the same page.
Okay,
I
this
understand.
is good.
Yeah, I can't find my other thing. But, Koigu, as well as my little business, quote unquote, Little C, will have booths next to each other at, it's called Joulupu, which is just the Estonian Christmas market happening in Toronto at the Latvian Center. And it's just like a little 4-hour event where like lots of community members have a table selling like Christmas cookies, ornaments, all sorts of fun stuff. And then there's a show where folk dancers dance, and yeah, it's just like there's food. It's just fun, like cultural event. Even if you're not Estonian, it's a pretty good time.
It's a good excuse for Merike and I to hang out for the day.
Yeah, and just eat snacks and sell stuff. And anyway, one of the things I've been making, I've made 3 of these now, and I think I'm going to stop and make some headband versions to have like different price points. But I'm making these hats with like the Estonian flag on them.
They're so pretty. You're so good at knitting hats.
Thank you. This is out of my brain. Like I don't have a pattern. This is just my brain. I've probably made like 30 hats at this point. Hats just like fly off the needles.
Yeah, I'm not a hat maker.
But basically, if anyone's not seeing it, I haven't really woven it anything yet. Because I still want to put my label on them. Like I have a little C label I'm going to put on the inside. Or maybe on the edge, but some people might not like it because my label's pink. So some man would be like, oh, I don't want that. But it's a grey hat. It's actually made of Sandnesgarn fritted skarn. It's like the bulky Norwegian wool. I just got it for free from the yarn store because they give it away sometimes. But anyway, it's grey, and then there's a stripe of blue, black, white flag on it. Just because a lot of the Estonian goods are like a bit too like flag. Oh, like literally, it'll be like.
So you mean I
Estonia.
shouldn't bead embroider an Estonian flag?
No, I think that would be cute, especially an ornament or something. I think it's just like the T-shirts will be like, I heart Estonia, and I'm like, I don't want to wear that.
Yeah.
You know, like this is Estonian without being like. Wow.
I even noticed that when I was in Esti this summer, I wanted like. Because I have a sweatshirt that says Montana. I got the
you
stuff.
Want like a cute little...
There was no
cute merch. So I'm trying to make my own like cute merch that people would want. But part I'm having trouble with is pricing. Like, do you think people would pay $60? I can't really go cheaper than that. Because like, the amount of time...
I think
cheaper than $60.
This is a great reminder, and a little post we'll probably do maybe on Instagram of remember when you go to craft markets, people need to factor in the cost of their goods. They have to pay themselves at least minimum wage for the amount of time it took them to make it.
Yeah.
And then they have to double or triple it to make a profit.
Like if I had that would not be possible for this hat to actually do that. So if you think about it, like that's already out the window. Like all of that proper math you just did, I can't do that for this hat because no one will pay that.
But a good reminder of if you're complaining about the $40 to $50 pottery mug, they probably are not factoring in their time in that.
No, they're fully not.
And I'm sure our audience is not the people I should
be
preaching to right now.
Choir. They know.
but
the people,
spread the word.
Spread the word to your family and friends, please, because people don't know and they go, "Why is this hat $60?" It's like, do you realize that my time actually this should be $120?
Yeah.
But I can't sell it for that. So like, I honestly don't know if I can go under 60. Like, it is 100% wool, hand knit. Like once I weave in my ends, maybe block it, it'll look even nicer. And like, oh, look how cute it looks on.
It looks so cute.
Look how cute.
But yeah, think of it as if you went on Banana Republic or Aritzia's websites right now, or Anthropologie's, and look at what their 100% wool
they'd be like $100.
Probably at least $50, if not higher.
Well, and like if you look at a hat in a store and you're like, oh, it's only $20. It's like, yeah, because it's polyester.
And it was machine knit.
Yeah, which is fine, and that's totally fine. But if you want a hand knit hat with custom colors and somebody you know made it, etc., it's gonna be.
Yeah, I think you have to price it at $60.
Any less than $60, like it just doesn't make sense.
No.
like, this took a couple evenings to make, you know, because it's not super chunky. Like, I wanted it to look nice, so I didn't do super chunky. So, anyway, whatever, but, yeah. So I'm going to sell them at the market, and I made a bunch of ornaments, and I think if I don't sell all the ornaments, I'll probably just put them on top of presents, because that's what I did last year.
That's cute. Any
extra ornaments I made, they look really cute, like, with a card, or on a wine bottle, or, like, on top of a present as, like, here, I bought you something, but there's also something handmade. So, yeah. But let us know what things you're making for Christmas, and we'll pop on again closer to Christmas maybe and show some of our handmade stuff, and maybe share some Christmas patterns, like last minute ideas.
Well, not even last minute, but I am so inspired by all of those Instagrammers right now sharing those pattern suggestions. Have you seen those posts?
All the, like, collages of patterns.
Yeah, well, maybe remember some of those names and share those, because there's a couple pieces that I don't have time to make before Christmas. However,
still really inspired.
Still really love those sweaters, and they are on my to-make list.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and thank you for tuning again and being patient with us, because we disappeared for a few months there, but we're back!
And that didn't mean that we don't love making these videos and chatting with you guys. We do. We just got really, really busy.
Yes, life got crazy.
But yeah,
that's it for today, and thank you.
Bye, guys!
This podcast is sponsored by and part of the Koigu family. The opinions expressed in this episode are not representative of Koigu Wool Designs as a company and are not meant to be taken as business advice. Learn more about Koigu at koigu.com and at Koigu Wool on Instagram.